through them we impact the coming generations as well as their parents also. They will listen to them. So if you know these things, because we talk of NCF, we talk of the new education policy. So everything, every document, and otherwise they talk about skill building. They talk about these sustainable development goals. And each goal, if you see, like we talk about goal number one, say no poverty, or zero hunger, or good health and well-being, then quality education, climate action, then life underwater, life on land. So, all these can be easily, we can reach these goals. We can sensitize children through education, through their curriculum. So without, adding any other book, suppose we create some activities. For me, it is very easy to, create a curriculum across the grades. I feel personally, I feel that up to grade 8, we have the liberty to do anything because ninth onwards, there's a lot of CBSE and all those board pressures. So schools do not, and at the lower level, if we are able to sensitize and teach children, make them understand, the difference between want and need. What I need, what is my want, and what is my need. There's a lot of difference.
Very true.
So sensitizing them towards the needs of the others, right, which they can easily fulfill, or making them sensitized towards food. That's, there's so many who are dying of hunger, kind of trying them analyze how much food is being wasted at my home. Let me make it a list, kind of, with my parents. Some case studies, some activities like this, which build upon their skills, which can be easily incorporated with a subject like EVS or social sciences, because when we talk of climate action, it can be easily integrated with social studies. When we talk of hunger, it can be integrated with EBS. When we talk of water, it can be integrated with science or EBS. So this kind of thing, if we integrate, so not only are we teaching, we are the subject, we are giving them skills for life, and we are sensitizing them towards protecting and saving. So this was the idea. And I just thought if we could do something on these lines, because on my visit to Japan, that was related to SDG climate action.
Ji.
No, SDG 11, sorry. SDG 11, creating sustainable cities. I've done a lot of work. I went on a study visit also.
Okay.
I visited their schools. So I could, see and feel how things are happening. And since I belong from Modi ji's constituency, so, the Japan, Kyoto has done a lot of work on climate action in Varanasi.
Okay.
So I see this, SDG very prominent here, but in a few schools only. Who can read the weather forecast, who can understand, but children have been trained. So I am still in touch with these people. I don't know if they have those Indo-Japan labs also running.
Okay.
So I'll try to, bring this, I'll introduce him to you, sir. A very tough, he's an Indian who's a professor in the Kyoto University.
Okay.
Mr. Rajiv Shaw. So
Okay.
maybe, so this is later stage. कि हम बाद में भी ऐसा कुछ कर सके, but अभी ground level पे if we could do something like this and sensitize our children, then I think we could, do wonders with the generation. That was also,
Okay.
that was the idea that came to my mind and I wrote.
It's so nice of you, ma'am. I'll request other members to kindly please comment and present their views.
Okay. Good evening. This is Dr. Tiwari. Professor Rajiv and me, we have been in touch. We met in Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference in Brisbane. And they are doing some job in Indo-Japan laboratories. That's fine. He's doing a fantastic work with his, they also got something in India, RICA or something, which...
so I am a part of RICA. I'm a RICA associate, incidentally.
Yeah, so maybe they're doing well. One can get associated at appropriate stage. Thank you.
Dr. Tripathi, Abhay, I think you are muted. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, so, okay. So rather than, ma'am, so this is Dr. Tripathi. Ma'am, rather than getting, means keeping our focus on students, because as per my understanding of Japan, there are things which are related to their culture, and that is one of the reasons why students are very much sensitized towards environment and all. So that's a part of their culture, and there are so many historical reasons to it. Rather than focusing in India, if we want to do something like that, rather than focusing upon children, can we think of focusing upon the TOTs of the school teachers? Because if teachers are there, then only it can be like done in a larger scale. If we want to do it in a massive scale, then children should not be the focus. Children can be focused, but I think we should start with TOTs and some kind of parametric evaluation maybe of the faculty members also. Otherwise, as a program, yes, it can achieve something. But if you want to target as a larger goal or a larger objective, I think that may be having some issues because बच्चे तो मैम हर साल बदलते रहेंगे. So if teachers are sensitized, कि अच्छा ठीक है, this is something which is important part of the curriculum, and we need to be trained on this. We also don't know certain things, and so I think एक मेरे दिमाग में एक ये चीज आ रही है.
So you
इसमें
can
आगे क्या हो सकता है, कैसे हो सकता है, definitely.
I will just add
So
something.
I'm sorry, I'm in Patna actually, तो बहुत
जी,
ज़्यादा बात.
okay. We could see you were traveling, I believe. So, nahi, but so nice that still you could manage some time out of. And the weather condition is also not good. I think it's raining heavily there, Dr. Tripathi.
I can hear you, yes.
अच्छा, मैं कह रहा हूँ आई थिंक बारिश भी हो रही है आपके उधर काफी ज्यादा.
बहुत बहुत तेज सर, बहुत
जी
तेज. अभी
जी जी
ओले भी
जी.
गिरे यहाँ पे.
Oh my God. आशु जी आप कुछ बोल रहे थे प्लीज.
Hanji sir, I fully agree with you. See, I am currently also associated with the school as a freelancer, as an academic consultant. I am a teacher trainer. I 101% agree. Training of the teachers is one thing which is absolutely missing in our system. टीचर्स का बेंट ऑफ माइंड, टीचर्स का वो दिमाग ही खुला नहीं है कि हमको कैसे पढ़ाना है, कैसे करना है. इट्स लाइक यू नो
मैम पता है स्कूल, और ये सिर्फ स्कूल टीचर तक सीमित नहीं है मैम. मैं एक्चुअली 4-5 जगह पे आई एम विजिटिंग फैकल्टी फॉर पीजी स्टूडेंट्स. अभी मुझे तो ये भी दिक्कत हो रही है कि जो लोग ग्रेजुएशन कर रहे हैं, अब वो तो ग्रेजुएशन अभी जो कोरोना वाले हुए हैं तो वो तो खैर बहुत ही हालत खराब है. बट इवन एट दैट स्केल वहां पर भी फैकल्टी भी जो वहां से टॉपर हुआ उसको कहीं जॉब नहीं मिला एंड दे आर नाउ एचओडी. तो मतलब आई एम एबल टू सी वो जो प्रॉब्लम है वो सिर्फ स्कूल तक ही नहीं है. आई थिंक इफ वी वांट टू इंक्लूड द एसडीजी, इट्स अ लार्जर थिंग. वो स्कूल टीचर्स हो गए, जो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल के टीचर्स हैं, आई थिंक वहां पर भी हम जा सकते हैं. तो वो उसका स्कोप तो बहुत बड़ा है. दैट आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि स्कोप अच्छा है. एंड I tried to work with few of the agencies in past with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They wanted to do something with women SHGs regarding this SDC concept, but it didn't pick up because of mainly because of Corona at that point in time. But if this is something which can be done, then definitely we can pitch it to somebody, and it is doable, to be very frank. Maybe
yes,
Dr. Tiwari can also let us. Yeah, he can also, because एक बार आपने उसका सक्सेसफुल सस्टेनेबल मॉडल बना लिया कि ये कैसे होना है, बिकॉज उसमें आ जाएगी वो सस्टेनेबिलिटी इन टर्म्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक सस्टेनेबिलिटी एंड सोशल सस्टेनेबिलिटी फॉर दिस थिंग. इट कैन कम.
See, one part is that for students to feel that for them to be skilled and also to make them gainful member of society and also for employment. We had discussed something with Mukulji about starting something like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science training for the students of say class 12, and then also graduation, and also for the people of any age, just to skill and upskill them. It is AI is the future of the world, and if some student gets educated, say if he gets around 12,000, otherwise if he has an AI education, he'll get something like 30-40,000. If he becomes AI engineer or data science, we can also earn lakhs of rupees. So and also if we get into a decision support system of AI based with this education, it can be applicable to all departments at all level, right from a primary school level till all sectors of the governance.
तिवारी जी, I think आपका मेरा जो discussion हुआ था ना, that was very good, but that is primarily involving the technological aspects of education, the modern day education 5.0, what we speak. But I think what
Correct.
No, no,
Ashuji, what she
Joe,
started,
SDG goals. What I'm saying, this is also part of the SDG goals, where one of the goals that is where you are empowering people through education. You know,
no,
so
that is
that
true. But
yeah.
I would just, this is my personal view. After having listened to Ashuji and Dr. Tripathi, probably the genesis of today's discussion is as to how good practices, especially which relates to sustainability, means to say climate conservation, environment protection, good practices for saving water, all these, how
Correct.
to nurture your nature,
सर
environment. This is
एक
all.
अच्छा सिविल, मतलब एक अच्छा सिविलाइज्ड आदमी बनने के लिए,
Yes,
मतलब
yes.
इसमें एआई क्या हेल्प करेगा?
No, AI may
तो
give you
एआई
some
हेल्प करेगा.
deductions. AI may give you
हाँ,
deductions. AI may give you reports. AI may generate certain data.
करेक्ट, करेक्ट.
But then,
अभी सर उसका भी मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. सर अभी जितने भी मेरे पास थीसिस के स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं,
Ji,
नाउ इट इज बिकमिंग अ प्रॉब्लम फॉर मी बिकॉज दे आर नॉट यूजिंग देयर माइंड,
very true.
राइट?
They're
तो
all
दे
using
आर
chat
डूइंग
GPT to write anything and
हाँ, वो
everything. And
चैट
there is
जीपीटी
no
करके
plagiarism.
रिपोर्ट बना करके दे रहे हैं.
और उसमें
Now the
plagiarism भी नहीं
problem
है.
is plagiarism, sir. There are so many paraphrase softwares available. So even वो
Okay.
plagiarism में भी नहीं पकड़ा जा रहा है
That's what
because
I'm
वो
saying.
paraphrasing हो जाती,
हाँ, हाँ,
राइट?
हाँ,
तो
हाँ.
अभी मैं भी रिसेंटली यूनिवर्सिटी में सर मैंने उनको सजेशन दिया कि भाई आप अपना जो वाइवा वो जो पार्ट है, इट शुड बी इंक्रीज टू लाइक 60-70%. जो पहले हम लोग बच्चों से जो हम लोगों के बचपन में हुआ वो तो ये हुआ टेबल सुनाओ, लिख के मत
Very
दो.
true. Very true.
तो
Very
अभी
true.
हमको वापस उस पे जाना पड़ेगा. तो
Yes.
अभी इवन मतलब क्लास 10 स्टूडेंट सर वो असाइनमेंट जो उसको अभी गर्मी की छुट्टी में मिल रहे हैं, दे आर ट्राइंग टू गेट इट डन विद इन 2 days 3 days टाइम.
नहीं, believe you me, I am
एंड
also
व्हाट
doing masters. मैं भी मास्टर्स एक
हाँ
कर रहा हूँ, एक एडिशनल मास्टर्स, मतलब आई हैव 3 मास्टर्स ऑलरेडी. मेरा
हाँ
चौथा मास्टर्स जो है वो चैट जीपीटी ने किया है. मतलब आई विल एडमिट इट इन फ्रंट ऑफ द
सर
एंटायर दिस थिंग.
आप अभी आपने कल वाला देखा होगा, मैंने शेयर किया था ग्रुप में,
जी,
मेरे को आईसीएससी वालों ने बुलाया था,
जी, जी,
राइट, दिल्ली में. तो आप
जी.
बिलीव नहीं करोगे सर, दिल्ली के एयरपोर्ट पे उतर के मैंने उन स्पीच मेरे को देनी थी वहां पर. दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट पे उतरा, मैंने चैट जीपीटी में डाला, स्पीच आ गई, वहां जाके डिलीवर हो गई.
ट्रू.
तो ये जो इफेक्टिवनेस बढ़ी, लेकिन बाकी टाइम मैंने बैठ के नेटफ्लिक्स देखा फिर.
वेरी ट्रू.
तो
नहीं, so the problem with Dr.
Exactly.
Tripathi very correctly brought out, the problem what we are facing is because of chat GPT, our thinking skills, cognitive
right,
skills, what we call
cognitive
cognitive skills.
skills, yes,
Second is our communication skills. They are getting hampered like anything. So आज की डेट में मैंने सोचना बंद कर दिया और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को बोलता हूँ कि आप सोचो. So what is the future? So there is no.
See, the future is there. If we, I'm saying this is one aspect, and then the future is there if we, like there is a tremendous emphasis on the environmental protection and the water preservation.
वर्णा जी
Now,
आइए, वेलकम, प्रणाम.
if if we if we concentrate like what is being projected, if we concentrate on the water conservation, the proper use of water, like as we have something around like even for paper cup, there is something like 16 billion paper cups produced in a year, which entails into cutting around 4.5 million trees, and which can sustain around 54,000 homes. So it is even if you just start using same coffee or tea cup again, and rather than asking for a paper cup, it saves a huge lot
नहीं,
of things. So what is
तिवारी
there
जी
that
सुनिए ना.
yeah.
सॉरी, मैं आपको, आई एम इंटरप्टिंग यू. देखिए, AI can help us draw deductions. That's what I said.
Yeah.
The analytical part can be taken care by AI. But जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं वो है how to imbibe sustainability into our culture, into our curriculum, so that a child
Yeah.
from the very, I would say, from the very start of his education paraphernalia is aware. He knows the value of good practices, and जब वो good practices adopt करेगा, तो automatically हम sustainable environment उसके through create कर पाएंगे. I think this is what
You are very
I should
correct.
do.
You are very correct
देखिए,
that
आपका जो है
it
concept
has to
understood.
start.
AI
Yeah, it has to.
AI should be,
It no.
देखिए, AI उनको पता होना
हाँ,
चाहिए, लेकिन
yeah,
AI
it has to start.
Sir,
The
AI जो
basic
ना,
concept.
we should use it. We should use it and leverage it as a tool for
Yes.
enhancing the effectiveness and efficiency of whatever
It
we
is a
are doing.
force
Yes,
multiplier.
yes, yes.
If you allow me, I
हमारा
will say it
core
is a
idea
force
भी होता
multiplier. AI is a
And
force
Mukul,
multiplier.
वो हो सकता
जी.
है, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
Mukul, I would like to
उसको
add
हम
one thing.
Please, sir, DK sir.
One thing which I want to add is that yes, as what everybody is saying, this can make a phenomenal difference to us. We also need to ensure that every section of the society, maybe at least till the last or the second last one, knows what exactly is the aim behind the entire exercise and they participate into it wholeheartedly. The top section knowing it, the effects will not that much help as if you are able to percolate this knowledge to all levels and get a participation from all levels coming into the fulfilling the aim.
DK sir,
So
I'll
if
just
somebody can,
add. DK sir, sorry, I
yeah,
will add. I think you had missed the
Mhm.
initial 10 minutes in which,
I'm sorry, yeah.
Ashuji wanted to start this practice for students. And Tripathi ji suggested that it should not only be students, we should also train the teachers. So the TOT of school teachers should take
Very true.
place. So
Yeah.
the main aim of what we are discussing is, again, I think Vandana ji is waiting for some time and she has some guests at home. So Vandana ji, please,
Mhm.
मैं आपको सुनूंगा and then we'll keep on discussing because there's a
Yeah,
lot
right.
which we
Yeah.
can speak on the same. Vandana ji, please, you are muted. You can unmute and uh, we would listen from you. Hello. Vandana ji, are we audible? I think there is some. Ashuji, I'll request Ekbar in case you can give her a call. I think she
I'll
must
give
have
her a call,
joined
sir. Hanji.
and
Hanji,
she
sir.
had
I'll
in
just give her
fact
a call.
informed us na that she's got some guests.
Hanji.
तो
Hanji,
मेरे को
I'll
लगता है ग्रुप के लिए चाय बनाने नहीं चली गई हो मैडम. चलिए, DK sir, you were saying something. I think with this short backdrop, we have already discussed on that mass scale engagement in form of school students and teachers. And Tiwari ji has suggested that AI and fintech technology should be incorporated so that the
Mhm.
children who are already trained in sustainability, they also know the importance of modern day technology, and then they are able to utilize this for better job placements and better job prospects. I think so all
So in
three
that
of them
case,
can be clubbed in. Yeah.
yeah, I perfectly agree to that. My only request would be one underlined statement has to be kept at the back of the mind. That today AI, and please don't take it that I'm taking you back to my subject. What are my personal experiences? AI is purely English, and I have found enough masses of students who are not able to read on the page and or understand what it is, or even if they're able to read, they're not able to understand the implications of it. So some of our faculty at some stage has to think of how to bridge that gap as well.
Sir, just to add, DK sir, just 3 days back, AI was able to learn Bengali on its own. There is no human interface in between.
Understood. Very nice. But yes,
So,
can the mass of students from UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, can they make use of the AI to understand script or this thing in English?
sir, the point is they need not to understand AI. They will be only understanding the byproduct of that AI and which is going to be in any form, in any shape. And this is happening. It is not about UP or Bihar. It is about that within Digital India movement, even the public funded schools, sir, they have received internet in most of the cases.
Right.
And anyone can correct me if I'm stating anything wrong, because recently I've done a assessment for America India Foundation. They are working with the schools which are in like the remote part of the states.
Right. Right.
But they are doing this digital equalizer program. So they are training teachers. So technology is not a problem. Teachers have understood that how to use Zoom for taking classes. So it is not going to take much time to convert that material into vernacular language. That is first. And second thing is the accessibility and affordability of the data and the accessibility and affordability of the whole information in terms of knowledge. It is not going to be a very long-term path for that. It is going to happen within few months or maybe few years. That's it.
I will just add one
So
point.
that leveling, that level of even we must have seen in our lives, sir, the kind of books we have read, the amount of information we got from books and magazines and so many notes and everything. Now it is available to us within a click. So in next 5 years, this is going to change. That's what my understanding
Very
is.
true. Very true. I'll just
Right.
add to one point.
So
I'll just add, sir.
Yeah.
Dr. Gigya, sorry, I'm again interjecting. DK sir, English is a
Uh,
language. It is a medium of
correct.
communication as of now, which is an acceptable means. But what Dr.
Yes.
Tripathi has said, and I will add on to what Dr. Tiwari has said, if we are
Mm.
able to leverage the modern day technology, then English remains just as one communication, one of the languages to communicate. There are tools which are so instantaneous that if I'm speaking in
Yeah.
Hindi, you're listening in English. So language
So,
as a barrier of communication will not be there because of the advent of technology and modern day tools available.
yeah.
So
Agreed.
my point is, yes, there's no harm in teaching English, but the scope for culture, the scope for good practices, the scope for sustainability will always be there. Because unless and until we realize the importance of this Mother Earth and we understand how to live with it and not exploit
Yes.
it, I think
Mm.
we can do anything and everything. Because
Very
English,
true.
yes, I do understand, sir, English is important these days. बट आज
Yeah.
सारिका जी हमारे साथ हैं, अगर आज वो हिंदी में बोलती हैं, and I have a translator here which is instantaneously translating whatever she's speaking, and I'm getting to know in English or in the language I understand, I think that barrier is broken. So there's no restriction. Jobs will be such that where your specialization in English will not be required. आज जो मैंडेटरी रूल है कि इंग्लिश आनी चाहिए वो खत्म हो जाएगा. आप किसी भी लैंग्वेज में बात कीजिए और आपको उस लैंग्वेज में सुनाई देगा जो आपको समझ आती है. A Japanese and a
सर वो
Hindi speaking
मैंडेटरी,
guy can speak.
सर मुकुल सर, वो जो
जी
मैंडेटरी भी था ना, उसका
जी,
रीजन ये था कि सारे के सारे जो जॉब्स थे वो उसी तरीके के थे.
वेरी ट्रू.
आज बात हो रही है कि इंडियन इनोवेशंस को इंडियन भाषाओं में लिखना चाहिए.
जी
हम किधर जा रहे हैं? मतलब वी
जी,
आर नॉट मूविंग टुवर्ड्स वेस्ट राइट नाउ.
वेरी
सो
ट्रू.
इफ अभी मैं रिसेंटली काम कर रहा हूँ सर, अभी एक इनोवेशन लैंडस्केप रिपोर्ट बन रही है, उसमें
जी
मतलब मैं मेन ऑथर हूँ. अब उसमें तो सर यही निकल करके आ रहा है कि हमारे जो रिसर्च लैब्स में उसमें उसमें इतने पेटेंट्स और इतने आईपीआर हो सकते हैं, बट जस्ट बिकॉज पीपल डू नॉट नो द प्रोसेस ऑफ टेकिंग पेटेंट और प्रोसेस ऑफ गेटिंग इनटू आईपीआर, उनको
जी
पता ही नहीं है, सारे होके पड़े हुए हैं.
जी
So if we are thinking university level पर, college level पर, incubation level पर, if we are thinking that IPR should happen, तो सर वो जो किताब आएगी इंडियन
जी
ऑथर की, वो कौन
जी
सी भाषा में होगी? ठीक है, अगर वो हिंदी में नहीं हुई, इंग्लिश में हुई मान लीजिए,
जी
इंग्लिश में भी जो इंग्लिश होगी उसकी नौकरी कहाँ होगी? तो पहले वो जो इंग्लिश आने का रीजन था वो शायद अपना रीजनल जो एक था वो था. अभी अगर हम स्कूल की बात करें तो वहां पर इंग्लिश से ज्यादा हम लोकल स्कूल में चले जाएं सर, अभी भी वो हिंदी में ही बात करेगा.
वेरी
अगर
ट्रू.
हम लोग कन्नड़ में चले, कर्नाटका में चले जाएं, तो अभी भी वो टीचर जो अपनी पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग होती है उसमें कितने लोग इंग्लिश में बोलते हैं. और हाँ ठीक है, एक लेवल है स्कूल का डीपीएस टाइप का या कोई और ऐसा स्कूल ले लें जहां पर ठीक है इंग्लिश इज लाइक ना मदर टंग, बट बाकी स्कूल्स में व्हेन टीचर वांट टू कनेक्ट विद देयर चिल्ड्रन,
यस
स्टूडेंट्स, वो तो
यस,
वही लोकल लैंग्वेज फिर आ जाती है
So,
वापस.
so I would like to add something here if you allow.
प्लीज
सर
प्लीज
ये
मैम,
बहुत
Yeah.
अच्छा पॉइंट आपने डॉक्टर त्रिपाठी सर यू मेंशनड हियर, बिकॉज ये होता था स्कूल्स में इंग्लिश 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 हिंदी, बट हम आज जो एनसीएफ भी बोलता है, व्हाट द न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी आल्सो टॉक्स is that you have to make it a mix of the vernacular language and English language so that the child is
करेक्ट
able to connect with the learning.
करेक्ट
इंग्लिश
करेक्ट.
कितने
Very
लोग
true.
के दिमाग में लर्निंग लेके जा रही थी हमें नहीं पता, बट व्हेन
मैम
यू
सारा दिमाग
कनेक्ट
तो इसमें लग रहा था ना कि इंग्लिश
ये
समझ
बोल
लें.
कह रहे हैं एग्जैक्टली सर. अभी अभी कॉन्सेप्ट अगर हम वर्नाक्युलर लैंग्वेज में भी देते हैं, साथ में हम उस लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश को पैरेलली इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं, देन द चाइल्ड विल बी एबल टू कनेक्ट बेटर, अंडरस्टैंड बेटर, एंड द लर्निंग विल बी फॉर लाइफ.
करेक्ट.
So that's very well mentioned in the policy.
I
See,
think
it
I
is
think
just to add that right right from the ground till United Nations, the im-
नहीं तिवारी जी,
You're
you're
muted
muted.
yourself.
You're muted. तिवारी जी आप म्यूट हो गए,
how
अभी ठीक है.
yeah how the traditional knowledge can be better utilized, and so this is also one aspect. And other is that there is huge work has been done on a Sanskrit to English dictionary. That is,
Yeah.
and fortunately, that is being done by someone who is a foreigner, and you will be surprised very soon. We will have revolutionize the thing when the Sanskrit and English comes with our traditional knowledge, with the data analytics and AI converted into it. Thank you.
आशु जी, आपकी बात हुई वदना जी से? By any chance,
So
if she
मैंने
is
2 बार
available?
उनका नंबर ट्राई किया. She is not taking the call. Maybe she's got busy. I
अच्छा,
believe.
maybe she would have got busy. Just a
Thank you.
small request. I am on
Thank
a free version of Zoom. If you wish to continue, we'll all have to reconnect. I'm so sorry. मैंने आज वो अपना पोर्टल वाला Zoom नहीं इंटीग्रेट किया था, because then this recording would go live on our this thing web page. So I didn't wanted this to go on the web page itself. So अगर हमें बात करनी है तो we have 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes we'll have to click on the same link to re-log in. Just this thing, advice and a caution, please. Sharad ji, anything you would like to add? जी आगे जी त्रिपाठी जी.
So, sir, just let me know, because the subject is close to my heart. I think so.
जी.
I think it is close to everyone's heart.
Very true.
So let me
Yes.
pull back to everything from where we started, right? So Ashu ji ka jo idea hai, it is first, it is doable. The second thing is we do not only focus upon school kids, we also have to focus upon their parents and teachers and those who are school administrators and all, so that they should see value in it. The third thing is, as Tiwari ji is saying, I think the inclusion of technology within this process is very important, because if we want to take it in a sustainable way, that yes, मैंने आज सीखा है और कल मुझे उसमें से कुछ रिवीजन चाहिए या मैं कल उसमें कुछ देखना चाहता हूँ, तो आई थिंक एक वो जगह पर हो सकता है जहां पर हम एक कोई इसमें कोई टेक्नोलॉजी का कोई टूल यूज करें, चाहे वो ऐप हो, चाहे वो एक नॉर्मल एक हेल्पलाइन नंबर हो, जहां पर अगर बच्चा जानना चाहता है कि इन्वायरमेंट के बारे में क्या क्या
Or
चल रहा
some
है या फिर
pre-recorded
इन्वायरमेंट का
videos, some pre-recorded
कुछ भी है
videos
सर.
or
हाँ,
something. Yeah.
तो आजकल सिस्टम ये आ गया है कि आप कॉल करिए और आप एक वर्ड बोलिए
बेटा 1 मिनट
और
आओ
उस
जल्दी
वर्ड के
इधर.
बारे में और उस वर्ड के बारे में आपको वो बताना शुरू कर देगा. तो एक छोटी
जी.
स्टोरी के फॉर्म में, अब ऐसे मैम इज माइट बी गुड इन क्रिएटिंग कंटेंट अराउंड इट. तो अगर एसडीजी के वो 17 गोल्स को इफ वी कैन कन्वर्ट इट इनटू स्मॉल स्मॉल स्टोरीज फॉर ईच, और फिर उसको कन्वर्ट कर दें कि हमारे सिविक सेंस में ये अच्छा है और ये बुरा है, और फिर बच्चे को अगर उसमें स्कोरिंग दे दें कि इफ यू आर अ गुड सिटीजन, तो अगर आपका स्कोर 17 से ऊपर है देन यू आर अ गुड सिटीजन, अगर आपका स्कोर 19 से ऊपर है यू आर वेरी गुड सिटीजन, अगर आपका 15 है या 15 से नीचे है यू कैन बिकम अ गुड सिटीजन. ऐसा करके कुछ उसमें कुछ उसमें रिवॉर्ड या अवार्ड सिस्टम होना चाहिए. वो भले ही कॉइन्स हो जिसको वो कहीं यूज कर सकें या कुछ भी, एक एक वो जो एक है ना स्टिकिंग
Some
पॉइंट
incentive.
लाने के लिए
Basically, some incentive
कुछ.
for
हाँ,
good work. Yes.
हाँ, जो बच्चों का जो भी इंसेंटिव है ना,
जी,
अगर
जी.
अगर हम सिर्फ क्लासरूम के बाहर ये भी लगाते हैं कि ये बच्चा इस महीने का सबसे बढ़िया सिविल या सिविक सिटीजन है हमारा होने वाला, सिर्फ इतना भी लगाएंगे ये इसका 5 स्टार है, ऐसा कुछ भी करेंगे, आई
Very
थिंक इट
true.
विल वर्क.
Very
तो
true.
मेरा आइडिया, हाँ, तो मैंने एक्चुअली एक एसडीजी के एक ऐप के ऊपर काम किया था पहले, बट अगेन उसमें कुछ फंडिंग के इश्यूज आ गए थे जिस वजह से वो बीच में बंद हो गया. तो माय एक्सपीरियंस एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज कि अराउंड 20 या 15 या 20 लाख रुपए के आसपास का इसमें खर्चा है, जिसमें एक बढ़िया ऐप बन सकता है. और अगर हम ऐप नहीं और वीडियोस और इनमें जाते हैं तो थोड़ा एक्सपेंसिव होगा, बट आई एम श्योर मुकुल जी कि इसके लिए फंडिंग उठाना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है,
जी,
बिकॉज
जी.
कोई भी जिसको ये आइडिया समझ में आ जाएगा, बिकॉज दिस इज ना लाइक एक बस समझ में आने की बात है, बिकॉज इसका जो इफेक्ट है इट इज इमेंस. आप एक जगह काम करना शुरू करोगे एंड देन देयर विल बी ना फ्लड ऑफ people who are getting into this.
Very true.
Dr. Patil,
Yeah.
let me just put it at one point.
Sir.
This is personal thoughts.
Uh-huh.
As what I'm doing, or what we each one of us doing is developing the younger generation to make them successful in life. If you put an overall name, would you be correct in saying that?
Correct.
We pick up maybe a small, say 1,000 kids. At least 50%, 60% would be looking for a job in the corporate sector.
Right, sir.
When we say today's corporate sector, and we look at it practically, if we get into any corporate of today, what you and me find is that the 90% communication is happening in English. Right?
सर ये वाला बहस, सर सुनिए सर, ये वाला बहस हम अलग रख सकते हैं सर. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ सर, जो कॉर्पोरेट जॉब्स आप दिख रहे हैं ना, आई विल शेयर अ रिपोर्ट विद यू सर. दीज जॉब्स आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी
actually, because I've seen this subject so closely from inside. let me share it with all of you.
Sir, just a caution. I think we have 20 seconds left. We can, it'll,
I
it'll,
think it will be discussed.
no, sir, ये कट जाएगी call. So I'll request everybody to rejoin. Same link को आप press करेंगे तो we'll be able to rejoin. And I think Vanna ji is also here with us. So we'll like to.
Now I am here.
Ma'am, after 10 seconds, we'll listen from you. We all
Yes,
will get
we can
disconnected.
join again.
So we'll rejoin again. Yes.
Let's reconnect and then listen to it peacefully where we won't have an interruption coming.
Yes. So I'm disconnecting the call. We all should reconnect again. Thank you. Thank you so much.